Hello, everyone. Welcome to Passion Talk, an inspirational and immersive series of conversations by the Times of India and Times Passion Trails. This is the second session of Wellness Talks with American Express, a mental well being series. Looking at the unforeseen times we are in, these are extremely critical conversations. Through these wellness pep talks, our experts tell us how to physically, mentally, and financially tide over these uncertain times and ace the new normal. We received a great response from the audience on our first session, and basis the feedback we heard from you, today we will be focusing on how physical fitness helps build emotional and mental strength. And what are some of the ways you can incorporate these routines or micro habits into your life for a healthy and positive outlook? Our special guest for this episode, Physical Fitness for Mental Resilience, are Kabir Julka, Vice President and Chief Human Resources Officer for American Express India, and Kitty Kalra, a well known and highly knowledgeable fitness expert and motivational speaker. Welcome to Wellness Talks by American Express.
Thank you, Amin.
Thank you, Amin.
Let's start with a simple question. I told you, basis the response to previous episode and things that we learned, we are starting with a simple question that Irfan and Dr. Shetty in the previous episode said is a must, which is how are we? So I start with you,
Uh,
Kitty. How are we?
yeah. Well, I've been actually great. The whole lockdown, the whole pandemic is quite an eye opener, and I, I know we're all bogged down by now, and we all wanted to get over. But it's also been a great guide for a future learning for health, fitness, emotional and mental well-being, because I think we've all learned that, well, if you're into isolation and if the corona hits you, you need to learn how to be strong to be in that room for 14 days. And apart from just that, it's probably teaching us to learn to live on our own, facing any consequences of any illness or anything in life. I mean, it's not just illnesses, it could hit us for anything later. So I have actually been learning a lot. I've joined a lot of healing courses. I did a lot of meditation work, joined a lot of speakers, did a lot of nutrition courses. So it's been a beautiful journey these whole 6 months. And I think I am getting a little more wiser and stronger mentally. Physically, of course, I am a fitness expert. So I do put in those 2 to 3 hours every day of working out.
Yeah, I'm coming to you, Kabir. How
Perfect.
have you been?
If I think about the only thing positive, which is positive in times like these, is a positive mindset. Otherwise, all of us are afraid of the word positive for the first time in our life, right? But I think just having a positive mindset is important. And just to share with the audience, I personally did go through COVID myself a couple of weeks back, and there was a learning that I got along the way. And again, for me, from the time that we got into the lockdown and we all started working from home, both my wife and I, we took a decision to focus on what's in our control. And what was in our control was spending time with our family, my children, which is something with my role, my wife working. It was always not possible to have 3 meals a day together, right? So that was one blessing that we found, the positive side. Secondly, we tried to look for commonalities with our children. So whether it is playing Xbox with my son or spending time with my daughter or my dog, who we brought in during the lockdown, I think that was a lot of motivation for us. We also focus a lot as a family on healthy eating. So my wife and I think it's been 7 months. We've followed a rigorous healthy eating, breakfast and a lunch. Dinner at times can be a bit of a cheat meal, but breakfast and lunch have been absolutely, absolutely healthy. I did try going to the gym a few times. I've been an avid gym goer for the last few years, but after I got impacted with COVID myself, I took a decision. It wasn't the right. Couldn't take the risk any longer. So I do have. I'm someone who's a believer of high intensity training. So I do find time few times a week to do that. I'm not a yoga person. My wife is, but between my wife and I, we try and figure out between good food, healthy food, healthy habits. We're trying to make sure that we're making the best use of these current uncertain times.
Great. And nice. I mean, that is the positive attitude that you're showing, which is the need of the hour. And Kitty also spoke about it. Uh, Having tested positive and yet to deal with it in a very practical and a positive manner is indeed remarkable. Uh, Emotional and physical well being are key to mental fitness. And Kabir, coming to you, you have over a decade-long association with American Express. Can you shed some light on how American Express encourages its employees to focus on physical and emotional well-being?
Sure, sure. No, thanks, Amin. Thanks for the question. And yes, I think it's been a privilege that I've had the opportunity to work with a great company like American Express. And not just in current recent times, I think, the culture of well-being, the focus on health and safety of our employees and colleagues around the world has been an endeavor the company has very well ingrained into a DNA. So, whether it is, if you think about every year, when we look at our employee engagement survey or what we call as a colleague experience survey, we also have a dimension which talks about well-being. So people leaders in the company are kind of measured whether they are creating a culture of well-being in their respective teams or not, which essentially focuses on three pillars of health and well-being. One is eating well. Second is stressing less and moving more. So eat well, stress less, and move more have been the foundation of how our healthy living program has kind of driven. Now, within healthy living, we also have a program called Healthy Minds, which specifically focuses on mental well-being. So from having what we call as employee assistance programs, like a helpline, to having a happiness coach, having a lifestyle coach available to our employees and colleagues and their families has been something which is very well ingrained into the culture. Yes,
Mhm.
of late, given the current environment, given the blurring of lines between work and life, we've enhanced our focus on mental well-being from trying to bring in panel discussions, by senior leaders in the company to amping up our flexibility policies to try and create webinars, programs for our caregivers, our employees who have caregiver responsibilities, children, aging parents, what can we do to help them, to creating some app based programs, and I can talk about it later as well, in
Sure.
terms of encouraging fitness, right? So we used to have Zumba, we used to have all yoga and all those classes in the office, but in the absence of a physical place, how can you then make it more virtual? We also created a series of what we call as well-being playlist, which talks
Okay.
about tips around how to keep a good mental well-being, tips around how do you make sure that you make the best of the current environment with physical exercise and so on and so forth. So overall, I think we've always had a culture of well-being, but I
Mhm.
think the current pandemic has just pushed that culture and amped up our programs a couple of notches.
Eat well, stress less, and move more. I mean,
Move
you
more.
put it very
Yeah.
simply, and that's exactly what we'll come to Kitty for. Kitty, I love your videos and the content that you put out simply for the way you simplify fitness through those sessions and videos. Uh, Kabir talked about a lot of things of which you are an expert. Now, you spoke about it. There are so many of us who did not have a fitness routine prior to the pandemic.
Right.
What should be the simple fitness goals right now?
Well, like Kabir said, movement. That's the most important thing, I mean, and we all have to understand that movement heals, and not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. So,
Mhm.
a sedentary lifestyle is actually what will bog you down. It'll bring down your immunity and your whole system. And that's
Mhm.
what we need to learn. And I guess we've all realized in the pandemic that health and immunity are the biggest winners. If you just work out or move for 20 minutes, I mean, a lot of people have this whole mind block that you need to work out for an hour. It's not
Mhm.
important. Even if you do 20 minutes for 5 days a week, you will start moving towards fitness and a healthier lifestyle. Also, a
Mhm.
lot of people have this whole thing that subah exercise karni hai. You cannot work out in the morning if you have work, and especially with the online whole schedule for students, for other people, and who are working across the globe with online work schedules and classes. You cannot work out in the morning, but you can work out at a time that works for you. So any
Mhm.
time that you can work out is good for you. Plus, I would say that please find realistic goals. Losing
Mhm.
10 kilos in a month, it's like crazy. Did you put it on in 1 month? No, you put it on in over 4 months, 5 months, a year. So give yourself that, be kind to your body, and
Mhm.
always remember that whatever goals you want to achieve, keep smaller goals, and your mind, if you make it up, it'll follow totally in the body. Also, I say please do not follow fad workouts.
Mhm.
You know, the super high intensity workouts, the Tabata, the kickboxing, They're all amazing to burn fat and a great form of cardio. But sometimes they're not made for our joints. Everyone is not
Hmm.
okay with it, you see.
Well
So
said.
you've got to listen to your body and do a happy workout that works for you. And a workout should actually energize you.
Hmm.
If you laid up in bed for 3 days with that workout, it's really not for you, you know. So plus there is an array of so many regimes, so you can choose. If you like dancing, you can do a Zumba or a Dunia Bollywood class. If you like stress free flowing regimes, then yoga and Pilates is a beautiful way. Plus if you like cardio, you can do swimming, cycling, play a sport, kickboxing. So I would say that 20-25 minutes every day is what you need, and not like a crazy regime. And go easy, plus eat well. Like Kabir said, eating is very important to push up the
True.
results also. You know, your
Yeah,
diet is an important part of how fit you are. So I guess we
absolutely.
all need to follow that and follow it up even after the pandemic gets over, you know, soon.
Sure. And just we tend to restrict our gains to physical level, uh, losing weight, getting in shape. I want to ask you, Kitty, how do we ensure that our fitness regimen adds to our emotional well-being as well?
If you're mentally ready to work out and get fit, your body will follow. So it has to be in conjunction. Mental well being is equal to physical well being and vice versa. So if you really need to start getting fit, you need to conquer the mind first. And that's why I say that pick up workouts that make you happy. I mean, if you're not happy working out and you're just doing it to fight that weight and stand on the weighing scale every day and see the results, it's not going to happen. So if
Hmm.
you find a workout where you love it, where you do what you love, it'll flow into results. Find where your happiness is, because that is going to de-stress you. Even when you go back home, you're going to be in a happy space, because workout actually releases happy endorphins. And that's why you're in a happier space and you love yourself more. It's all about loving yourself, you know, not punishing yourself with workouts and going on crazy diets, but actually loving yourself. And then you will want to work out, you know. So when you go back home, you will be in a happier space. And that's why mental well-being is so much more important to actually get you there physically.
So well said, Kitty. Movement, I mean, how little we give importance to it, but how such an
Yes.
important aspect it is in overall well-being.
Yes.
Kabir, please tell us, how has technology been beneficial as people have tried to face the new normal? Or has it been more of a support or added to the workload?
Sure. No, thanks. I mean, I think it's a great question. So the way we've always looked at technology has always been, an integral part of what we do. I think what the pandemic has done is just pushed the usage of technology even further down in the organization, and even to our personal lives as well, right? So our dependency on technology has kind of gone up, whether it's homeschooling or home office, we're always kind of glued to the screen. So from the time this whole lockdown happened, right? So the biggest need for us was at that point in time, apart from the health and safety of our colleagues, it was to make sure that we've got the backs of our customers. Our customers who probably were stuck around the world as lockdowns came in, international borders shut down, it was important for them to have access to us. So the
Hmm.
challenge for us was one side we had to balance out our employee and health and safety. On the other side, make sure that we're delivering the best customer experience. And the only way to do that was to equip and enable our frontline, call center executives and colleagues around the world to start working from home. And traditionally, we had less than 4% of our frontline, colleagues who were actually working from home. And when this whole pandemic happened, in a span of 2 weeks, we enabled upside of 75% of them, 16,000 colleagues around the world, in a 2 week span with laptops, desktops, technology equipment, headsets, internet connections, and what have you, to make sure that they go up and running. Because the last thing you wanted was to either compromise the health and safety of our colleagues or to compromise customer service. There's a long way to go. Technology is moving faster than all of us, but we just need to make sure that we try to stay as ahead as we possibly we can.
And Kitty, this new work-life setup where work is home and home is work. I mean, are there simple fitness hacks for people who have, or should I say, had a desk job and now you still need to be seated in front of laptops for long hours, for any hour of the day, as if I may say?
So after every 30 minutes, I say, get up and walk. Walk around for 5 minutes, stretch yourself. And the best accessory that you have being in a desk job in front of a laptop is the chair. You can do so many chair exercises. I mean, you can just sit on your chair and do some sitting and standing leg kicks, some leg raises, leg circles. You can do some arm work where you just move your hands and swing your arms and do arm scissors or arm circles. Apart from that, you can just do simple neck work. I would say everybody needs to get up after 30 minutes, do a little neck exercises, do a little wrist exercises of circling them around or just dropping, lifting, and some wall push-ups. You can stand and just do that next to a wall, next to your desk. Plus, take the stairs more than the elevators or the escalators if you can. I mean, even if you have to walk up 10 floors, I would say take the stairs for 3 floors and then use the lift. So after every 30 minutes, we all need to get up, walk, and stretch. And that's how you will stay active and your spine and your neck and shoulders won't crumble.
As you were explaining, Kabir was getting into a bit of an exercise.
Make sure that you make it part of, rather than thinking about it as an extra thing to do, make it
Yes.
part of doing your job, right? It's like the main course. It's not a
And
dessert, it's not an
that's
apple,
true.
it's the
And
main
that
course.
is, as I said, that is one of the reasons why I really like Kitty's content, to be able to make fitness so relatable and so simple to do.
Your body is giving you a signal that, move, work. And there is blood flow glowing to that part, even if you're not using your hands in front, but your hands are on your knees. You can't see my hands, but I'm still wiggling them around, at least opening it, doing some form of workout, and moving it and stretching it. So that's the great way. You just need to simply send some blood flow and remind your body that, come on, dude, let's move it. So, that's the only thing. And believe me,
So
your
the
body
one
is such a
small tip,
beautiful, your body is such a beautiful healer. But if you are willing to do it,
True.
sorry, Kabir.
the one tip that I definitely use for myself, when we went on this lockdown, because I think everybody towards the beginning felt very obligated to be on video all the time because everybody wanted to make sure that that connect is there. However, I did soon realize that what that was leading to was me sitting on my chair all the time, meeting after meeting. So I did purposefully plan my calendar in a way that there are few calls in the day that I don't take on video. I take it on my phone directly when I'm doing a
Mm.
one-on-one with someone that I know very well already, somebody on my team. That gives me an opportunity to kind of walk around with my mobile phone, with my earphones plugged in, and I can do a bit of a walk outside.
Kabir, you've spoken of how life has changed during the pandemic, the working style, and our life is all about tech now. Like this one here, I mean, three of us are in remote locations, but having such a useful chat. I want to ask you a tech question. Technology not only helps people manage their work and course better, but people can also use some new age apps to focus on their physical and mental health. Are there any apps you use or would suggest?
So yes, I'm a big user, like a lot of us, of technology, and obviously apps is the way you can make it, anytime accessible anywhere. So again, from a health and wellness perspective, and this is something that American Express propagates in a big way as well. And I'll talk about a few other apps that we brought in. We already had a culture of technology, but we've kind of enhanced it. But the one app that I go to regularly is Healthify Me. So we have an American Express partnership with Healthify Me, where I have an access to Healthify Me, like my colleagues around the company. So it is my go-to when it comes to maintaining a good, food habit, good eating habit. A way for me to record my exercise just keeps me honest and is able to help me with my daily goals and just make sure that I'm kind of on track with what I've kind of achieved, thought for myself. Apart from that, what we've also seen a huge uptake across the company has been on the Calm app. Now,
Mhm.
this is a partnership that we have with Calm, not just for our colleagues around the world, but also for our customers. So if you are an American Express customer, which I genuinely hope you are, if you're not, do let me know. But it is for our customers and employees around the world that they have the Calm app. It has helped people a lot in times like these around mental well-being, just getting a little bit more calm. Apart from that, we tied up with a company a few years back called Dr. Insta, which is app-based availability of a doctor. Just being able to pick up your phone for you and your family members and be able to talk to a doctor, I think we've seen a huge uptake. We also recently partnered with Inner Hour. and they have their own app. This is predominantly focused on mental well-being. So if somebody has a need to talk to a psychologist or a psychiatrist in total confidentiality, even we don't get the data, they have the opportunity on a click of a button or on a phone call to reach out to an inner hour specialist. So these would be few apps that we've seen, take off in a big way in some of the recent times.
Great. And coming to you, Kitty, how do you balance tech and health?
Sleep is the biggest healer for your body. We might
Hmm.
be eating right, we might be working out well, and still not getting results or still not being active and healthy enough, because if you're not sleeping well, it's not going to work. Like Kabir said, I've actually downloaded so many of those meditation apps. Like I use Insight and Headspace. What is going to help you is you and your me time. So,
Remarkable. So well said. I mean, so well said. You've nicely given this entire thing a perspective. Uh, Thank you so much. We are discussing physical fitness for mental resilience. We've had a remarkable and a very informative session. I've had a lot of takeaways from this. I want to ask you, Kitty, as we end this lovely session, what to keep in mind right now and how to plan for the future.
eat well, bring in more healthy stuff. And if you I would say that I am a little more patriotic to my country. You find so many locals, have what is available locally. We have so many good things to eat, the grains, the seeds, everything is available here. So we do not really again need to run after those fad ingredients and those fad diets. So
Hmm,
stick to your easy simple recipes, eat well, eat on time. You have to have a regime. You cannot play havoc with your timing because your body doesn't get into a system. Pranayam has really helped me. I mean, I
hmm,
really believe your lungs are your main reason right now that you can be active and healthy and alive. So I do a lot of pranayam. Like Kabir said, get up and walk around and talk to a friend over the phone. Don't just sit on
hmm.
that couch if you're talking to your mom or a friend for 20 minutes. Imagine the kind of steps you can clock in 20 minutes when you're walking outside and talking. So
True.
just move more, eat well, find a stress free workout, which is maybe yoga or a way of pranayam, meditation, and spend time with people you love. Really, you do not need more people now. We've realized even those four or five
Yeah.
people bring you so much happiness if you connect with them now. So just find them, sit and have a coffee if you're stepping out, come back home, and I believe write a gratitude journal. It's the key to
Yeah. Well
prosperity.
said.
We have that tool with us. We do not believe in it. I don't know why, but I really feel gratitude is the biggest tool for prosperity. Just run the whole day through your mind. For me, the whole day runs like a movie in my mind at night. And I say my thank yous to everything that happened and everyone who
Absolutely.
helped me go through the day so beautifully.
Two kids at home. There's a dog who can enter the room anytime. Endless work calls. What to keep in mind right now and how to plan for the future.
Yes. So first of all, Kitty, I really like what you mentioned about eating local. The fact that we have a roof on our head, the fact that I have a stable job, the fact that we have good food, the fact that I have a loving family, parents. I think that's a lot of gratitude. A lot of the listeners for this program, I'm sure if you are listening to a program like this, you are the fortunate ones. There are a lot of other people who are not as fortunate out there. Let's count our blessings. I think that's very important. The other piece I would just mention is focus on what's controllable, right? Find peace with the situation that we are in and look for the positivity in the current environment. And again, I go back to, what our philosophy of the company has been around, healthy living, which is around eat well, focus on your food. We spoke about that, move more. Kitty's given some great tips, and just make sure that you're stressing less, because this is not the time where you need to go through the stress level that we've all taken upon ourselves. It's important to have a calm mind. It's important to have a positive attitude, and just connect with people who matter to you.
Yes.
Connect with a friend, connect with your family. Those relationships are long lost. I think this is the time to reconnect to your family, to your friends, and more importantly, reconnect to yourself. Keep
Totally.
it simple.
Yeah.
Well said, both of you. So well said. Reconnect with yourself. Be thankful. Count your blessings. Eat well, stress less, and as both of you said, move more. Thank you so much, Kitty and Kabir, for sharing such insights with our viewers and me. I mean, and preparing us to ace this new normal. This series, Wellness Talks by American Express, a mental well-being series, continues with another important and informative conversation lined up. Keep watching. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot.